Hello, my lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Pedroline. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to leave some comments below. Make sure to turn on a notification so that you don't miss out on my next video. And press the red button down there. So in today's video, I am going to address this mentality that some Swedish men have. The topic of today is going to be the mentality that some Swedish men have developed of taking African lady for granted. Right now, this video, I'm uploading it here on my channel. You'll find that those ones who are so much very smart, who goes on other people's channel, collecting other people's content and twisting it, if you live in a certain country, address those people that you are living with. Not a situation where you'll be going from channel by channel, you collect from other people's content, then you try to switch off their information. So in today's video, I am going to talk about the way Swedish men, the way they take advantage of our sisters. A Swedish man, once when he marries an African lady, let me tell you, that lady will suffer. The lady won't even be treated with care. Everything is going to be 50-50. But once when he's married to a Swedish lady like him, he's not going to treat those things. And then once when we talk about those things, you'll find that those ones who are already confused, those ones who are just chasing something that they just see in the street, they can never even try to sit down and ask themselves, why is it that this man, he can't treat me the way I deserve? A Swedish man will marry you today. When he marries you today, or when you are in a relationship with him, he's not even going to take care of you. He will tell you 50-50. Back in Africa, we don't believe in things like 50-50. 50-50 here in Europe. Where will an African lady, where will she get money if the language is very difficult for them to communicate? You have to understand that some other people, it's very, very, very difficult for them to learn a new language, more especially those ones who came here in the country when they were already older. It's not easy for them to communicate, because you have to understand that here in Sweden, most of the time they prefer you to speak their language, which is very difficult for me. I think that it's very important, if they should try to look things like in different ways, more special to us like foreigner. You'll find that to us foreigner, there are some other people, they've got a very it's very difficult for them to communicate in Swedish, Then you find that if it's very difficult for them to communicate in Swedish, it blocks them, from moving forward. I have seen a lot of people who are depressed here in Sweden, because of the language, because things are not going the way they want, So you'll find that, their life, it becomes very miserable, It's just like sometimes, even if you want to open your own business, you find that things are not going to go the way you have been intending, so that your business should run smoothly, So back to the point. A Swedish man, once when he marry you, my sister, the way he will treat you, more special African lady. I won't blame some other African lady, because back in Africa, we were taught, I know that in most African countries, we were taught that once when you get married or when you are in a relationship with a man, let me tell you, an African lady will go so hard when she's married to a Swedish. An African lady will go so hard when she's in a relationship with a Swedish man. When they get married to a Swedish man, they will clean the house, mop the house, pack everything, make sure that the kids are being taken care. In return, nothing. I don't understand why Swedish, they take African for granted like this. So for me, I'll always be against this thing that they always used to do to African lady. They don't even respect them. I remember another time, when I went to the club. I think it was some years back, because me, I'm not the type that drinks, I don't drink, So I think it was like a New Year, So I went that side, just to go and celebrate with my friends, So when I went that side, Swedish people, let me tell you, once when they're drunk, not most of them, but majority of them, when they get drunk, Swedish men, some they lose respect. The respect is not there. Sometimes they can even come and touch you in a manner that is not sweet, that's unacceptable, I remember this guy, he came across me, because normally I'm not the type that drinks, and most of the time when I go like to special occasion, most of the time I prefer like sitting down, just cooling down, So it's like I was sitting down. I don't know what kind of drink I was like taking that time. So I was just like relaxed, listening to the music, just like, doing something like this, And then from there, a Swedish guy, he just came, and then he sat beside me. Normally, when they're drunk, they're very, very, very kind. But if they're not drunk, my dear sisters and brothers, oh, these people, if they are not drunk, regardless, even if you work with them like this, they will come and pass you like this. Here, that's Sweden for you, Sweden for you. You can be working with them like this. You meet each other in the street. The person will pretend as if they don't know you. Next time when you go to work together like this, that's when they'll start, hey, horade. Then you ask yourself, is this not the same person that I met yesterday on the street? Why is it that he did not greet me? So that's Sweden for you. For some of you who want to be in a relationship with Swedish people, you have to be very careful. It's not easy. Some other African that you see, of course, some other African, they are lucky, they are blessed to get to get good men who cares about them and who cares about their kids. But what I know here and what in Sweden, let me say that maybe if you are unlucky, you find that the man, he won't even be supporting you. He won't even be giving you money. He'll be telling you 50-50. Where will you get money if you are a foreigner here, you don't have a job? Huh? Then they say 50-50, 50-50. Back in Africa, majority of Africans, they don't know things like 50-50. Our sister here, they go so much depression. So back to the point that I was talking about, that the Swedish man who annoyed me, that the young boy who annoyed me so much. So another time, just like the way I was saying, I was sitting, relaxing, listening to the sound of the music, just cooling down, enjoying myself. I just saw a Swedish man from Norway, uninvited, he just came and sat next to me. I think maybe you are just thinking that maybe I'm just like this other African who are so desperate, who wants them. No. Me, I want a person, if you love me for who I am, I will love you for who you are. Not a situation whereby you want me just because you want to have a mixed baby. No. I'm not after those things like somebody to come and take advantage of me. He will tell me, I love you. When you go to the restaurant with them, they will tell you 50-50. That's the way our African sister here in Europe, the way they are going through what difficult relationship and marriage. Even if you see them working together, Swedish men, they will never support you like this. Even if you want to go to university, to go and study maybe psychology or to study, they will just say, lona pengar. It means borrow money from the government. Even if he's running a company like this, he will never sweat to say that, okay, my wife now, she's planning to go to university, let me uplift him. Their money is their money, my dear sisters and brothers. For some of you who think that most of the time when I talk about this other African lady who are always like breaking up here on YouTube, who are in interracial relationship, you might not know what happens in other countries. Some people, you'll find that, if you don't live like in Sweden here, you'll find that you won't understand, their culture. You won't understand, the way, the dating experience. You won't understand the way they treat African lady. They take African lady for granted because African lady, they have allowed Swedish men, to use them after using them and dump them, That's the reason why you see that a Swedish man, once when he gets married to an African lady, or if he gets married to a Thailand lady, he will just be relaxed like this. He won't even work. Because back in Africa, we were taught that if you are married, every time you are the one who's supposed to wake up, clean the house, mop the house, make sure that the kids eat, make sure that food is cooked. Him will be just relaxed like this in the sofa, like a boss. When you go to the restaurant, he's not even going to spoil you. What kind of a man does such kind of a thing? And then some other people, when we try to address such kind of things, they just think that maybe I hate that Kenyan lady. It's not about hating what the Kenyan lady. Sometimes you people, you like a situation whereby you see other African lady fighting against each other like this. He's the same thing like that lady who wanted to come for me. I don't even know her. I'm not even bothered about her. I don't know even which country, which state she's living. I'm not even bothered about her. She's just coming for, there's another girl living in Sweden. You know, she was saying that Rachel's relationship is fake. Let me tell you, it's fake. Tell her to show you if that guy left for her with that red car. Some of us, we try our level best. We see the pain that our sisters go through here in Sweden. And then some other people, you know, the problem with other African. Because I saw even when I used to talk about Rachel, they will twist the information and make it seem as if me, I'm fighting Rachel. No, I'm not fighting. Me, I know the things that happen here in Sweden. If you are unlucky, you will find that the man is going to use you. They will use you after using you, getting what they want. Then they will dump you. Here, most of the time here in Sweden, they prefer people like Thailand because they know already that Thailand, they don't have a voice. Thailand lady, they can go and bring them in Thailand because they know already that in Thailand they target Thailand people because in Thailand they know that most of the people from Thailand, they're suffering. They bring them here in Sweden. Once when they bring them here in Sweden, they come and make them to become their maids. That's the reason why you see that most of the time, even when it's during summer, Thailand people, you will see them in the bushes there, you know, collecting blueberry, collecting what the husband is running a company. He cannot even employ his wife saying that, no, maybe a snake will bite my wife. Just looking for blueberry and halon. And then after that, some of us, when we try to talk about those things, to enlighten some other African lady who want to go in interracial relationship, they say, what have Kenyan done to you, please? Right now, as I speak to you today, I was at church there. Me, I'm a person I love people, let me tell you. I love people, but one thing that I don't like a situation whereby some men, you know, who will take advantage of African people like this. No, that one, I'm against it. That's the same thing that I always used to talk about Rachel. And then those ones who don't pay attention, they'll create their own group. After creating their own group, they will try to come for this African lady just like them. Saying that, what have Rachel done to you, please? Nobody is fighting. Even if I can meet Rachel in the street, you know, I'm not even going to fight her. Even her, she's not even going to fight me, you know, because she understands. She knows the way these people here, this Swedish guy, the way they play with us African here. That's why you see me, you know, I have met a lot of Swedish people here in Sweden. Some of them, you know, when they used to see me, they'll tell me, oh, I love you. Hey, du har fint kroppen. You know, saying that, oh, you have got a very nice body structure. I just said that I know. Why? Because they'll want to impregnate you. After impregnating you, you'll be stuck with them for the rest of your life. They'll make your life to become miserable. Some other African lady here in Sweden, they became mentally disturbed because they have never seen such kind of a situation whereby a man, because we believe that, you know, a man, if he marries you, you know, he's the one who's supposed to uplift you. But these ones, even if they've got money, my sister, your life is not going to improve unless if you are lucky. Maybe you are blessed to get a good man who's going to take care of you. So it's the same thing that guy, you know, at the club, he wanted to do to me. He came and sat near me, making me uncomfortable. I just looked at him like this because, you know, when we go to the club here, you have to dress good. Most especially we African, we have got very nice body structure. So I went there, they were at the club, I was sitting. It was long, long, long ago, many years back. So when I was sitting, a Swedish man, uninvited, he just came. He sat near me. Then he started asking me some question. I started responding to him. After responding to him, being very disrespectful, he told me, let's go outside. Then I told him that, what am I going to do outside? No, wait first. Before he even told me that let's go outside, he asked me a question. Do you have got condoms? Then I asked myself that this man, is he serious or what? I asked him a question. Condom for what? Then he told me that I want to sleep with you. That's the mentality of us African. If you allow them to take advantage of you, they'll be treating you like that. That's why you see that Swedish guy, they will never spoil African lady like this. They will never spend money on them like this. An African lady, she will go so hard for a Swedish man. She will decorate, she will do whatever she does. But in return, nothing. It's very important. That's the reason why I always to tell people, it's very important to love yourself. Because the more you love yourself, that person will understand. That's the reason sometimes, as a lady, nowadays, it's very important as a lady to make your own money, because if he's going to come to you, because these people, they don't care about African people, they just want to use them, after when they get satisfied, if you satisfy their needs, then they will leave you. Tomorrow, even if you see them in the street, they'll pretend as if they don't know you. Next time again, when they want something from you, they'll call you. They'll say, can du komma till min lägenhet? Knowing from the back of their mind that they want to come and use you. After using you, tomorrow they will pretend as if they don't know you. Then me, when I come here on YouTube, I try to talk about those things so that our people, some other African lady, they should learn from what? From me. Some they start switch. Oh, she hates Rachel. What has Kenyan lady? Me, I like Kenyan lady. At church today, I was there at church. I'm surrounded Nigerian, Kenyan. We go to the same church. Just because I have addressed what Rachel's, the way she was conducting herself here on my channel does not mean that maybe all the African or all the Kenyan that I have got a problem with them. I have a lot of friends who are Kenyan because they respect themselves. They care about themselves, That's the reason whereby if you are not going to care about yourself, people are going to take advantage of you. Once when they take advantage of you, they are going to dump you. Then you will be blaming another person, saying, oh, that girl, she's so judgmental. Hey, leave Rachel alone. Hey, what and what? It's not about leaving her. It's about the manner that she carries herself. Not a situation whereby you'll be twisting information, all those things. You saw even that guy, the way he treated her. It was not even nice. Then some people say, hey, you are judgmental. Hey, why can't you talk about your own life, please? If you go back on my first vlog there, I talked a lot about myself. So for some of you, sisters and brothers, here in Sweden, if you got your younger brothers, not younger brothers, your younger sisters, let them know that Swedish guy, they will use you. After using you, they will dump you. 5% they're the ones who can be able to take care of you. 5% they're the ones whereby when they know that you don't have money, he will provide for you. He will, there's some other Swedish men who are like Africans, If he knows that, okay, my wife has got nothing, the way he will treat you, he will spoil you, But in most cases, they just want to use you. Their money is their money. Swedish men, when it comes to money like this, they cannot remove money like this. Let me tell you, sister out there. If you think that maybe a Swedish man will take his money and spoil it on you, never. So some of you, when we try to talk about those things, then you say that you want to make African and African to be fighting against each other. Huh? So, my sister, for some of you who want to change, who want to get a good man, learn from this OG. So I'll end this video by saying that you have to press the red button, the subscription box there so that you shouldn't miss out on my next video. So see you guys in my next video. Bye bye, my lovely people.